Good morning, everybody. Well, here's our first project of the day. The Volvo axle just got picked up and left, and then, well, I say first project, second project. I just got done putting new seals in a lift cylinder for a Kubota tractor loader, but this is something a local dairy farmer dropped off this morning. This is the drive drum for an old-fashioned cable-driven crowd gate out of his milking parlor, and this is supposed to have rubber-coated aircraft cable, and the rubber coating wore off, and it started slicing through his drum at the outside edges, and it's eating cable and just generally self-destructing, and you can see it's about to cut the rim off. So anyways, this is critical. They're between their morning and evening milking, so he's tore down with it right now. So what I've got to do is get this thing welded up and returned and back to him in time for him to get it back together before the evening milking comes up. So I could, make one of these, but in the grand scheme of things, it's going to be a lot faster to get this welded up. So what I've got, I've drug it over here to the welding bench ready. I keep some of this on hand. So this is some Crown 255. I think this is 98% nickel rod, if I remember right. And I've got this setting on top of the wood stove because we are preheating on it with the stove a bit. And then I'm actually going to go over to the welding bench and take my rosebud to this thing and heat it up some more before I start welding on it. And then we're going to fill that groove in around there and machine it up for him. So I'll show you guys more of this process as we get it underway. Alright, I decided against going after it with the rosebud. I got looking up specs on this stuff a bit. They actually have a maximum interpass temperature you're not supposed to exceed. And this is a fairly thin casting. I'm a little worried about getting it too hot. So now we're going to have to go at it with it off the wood stove. I just cleaned this off with brake parts cleaner, and apparently it hadn't all evaporated yet. So now we're preheating our table. I don't know if you can see the flames licking up and down the cracks. I felt the flash as it took off. I guess I should have seen that coming. Anyway, we'll let that burn out, and then we'll go back at it. Shifting my ground clamp as I go, but it arced out to the rim pretty hard without having direct contact. I never machined the outside of this casting originally, so it's pretty wobbly. I'm going to have to do a little bit of fudging here. think that's as good as it's going to get, guys. As you can see, I realize this looks pretty ugly, and it is, but the point of this is to get rid of the grooves so that the cable will track right. I think we'll take this off, buff it up a bit with a flap wheel, and send her on her merry way. There's not a lot else I can do. Like I say, the only machined surface on this entire thing is the bore. Nothing else was ever machined on it, so makes it a real bear to get trued back up and do anything with it. So that'll be the end of her. We'll clean her up. I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Well, everybody, there she is. So, as you can probably, I don't know how well this shows it, but you can see there's little bits of voids at the edges and stuff. It was not awesome welding stuff. I'm sure this was a very low quality casting considering the application, but we've accomplished the goal here, and I've done some hand grinding with a flap wheel and just kind of buffed it in. So the real problem here is that the cable was all, wadding up at the edges and running those grooves instead of filling back and forth across it like it's supposed to. So it'll do what it's supposed to do now. Despite being a little bit of ugliness, it'll go on and outlive the rest of the machine now with this repair. So this is one of them where there's just no way to get, I shouldn't say no way, it doesn't justify getting back to beautiful and perfection. It started off as an unmachined casting, and we just need this thing to be back functional, and they needed me to do it as quick as possible. So we've accomplished that. They're happy with it. I'm charging them $30 to do this job. Like I say, I probably spent an hour and a half on it and burned up $20 or better worth of welding rod. So this isn't a get-rich program. This is a make sure that the world still goes round and we still have dairy farmers sort of program. So anyway, they're coming to pick it up. That's the end of that one. I'll see you guys next time.